parents got divorced when I was in kindergarten, and I was 4 or 5, so I just I didn't understand what was happening. But I just remember that ever since then, for as long as I could remember, I felt just numb, like something was off, like like there was a feeling of almost insecurity, almost depression, just sadness, emptiness, just going higher and higher. And it just got worse and worse. I remember I would always talk to my mom about this, because at this point I lived with my mom and I didn't see my dad as often. It started with seeing him every other day, then every week, now every 2 weeks, which I'm very grateful for still. He's a good man. But of course, I needed both parents. Just like everybody needs both parents. They give different things. As time went on, things just went worse and worse. And eventually I started seeing a therapist when I was 8. I think there are 8-year-olds going to therapy. There are 8-year-olds who are struggling. There are 8-year-olds who want to kill themselves. And that is not fair. That is not fair for them or for us who are struggling. Time went on like this until eventually after years and years of feeling like I didn't belong at school, feeling like I didn't belong at home, because although my mom, she's a wonderful woman, she's amazing, she couldn't do it all alone, of course. Somehow she managed. Somehow. But having a kid, having a little boy especially, is a 2-person job, and having a little boy and a little girl, they need their father. Things just got worse and worse as I was growing up. And then eventually the pandemic came and I felt like, oh my God, there's no way things can get worse, bro. There's no way things could get worse. And then my mom put me in homeschooling because she didn't want me to go to in-person school because of like the pandemic. And I felt like I had just hit rock bottom. Felt like there was no way things could get better. But what I didn't realize was that because I was rock bottom, things could only go up. And that's when I felt just this sense of freedom. And it was the first time in a long time where I felt happy. And it's very sad because, and actually quite beautiful. It's almost a mixture of all the feelings together, everything you can think of. It's thinking, whoa, I didn't even realize how much pain I was in because it was normal for me now. There comes a point when you are in this state, this feeling, this just horrible negativity, where you feel like there is no way out, and it just becomes the norm. It becomes your baseline. But then, I'm telling you, you will find this. There is a way out. And once you find that glimpse, that spark, that reminder that things can get better, they will get better. This channel is for the guys like me who've struggled, who felt like there is no way out, who felt like there's no way they can be happy. They felt like this is just how life is. There's no way things just will get better. Well, I'm here to tell you there is light at the end of the tunnel. And not only that, this channel is not just for those guys who were just like me, struggling just like me, to find their way out. This channel is for us to become the fathers that we so desperately needed when we needed them most. And for the ladies watching, yes, I'm sure that this stuff is valuable for you. I'm sure you guys can get value out of this, but while you are welcome here, while I do accept you with love, this channel is more for the men like me, because we've had different struggles. But what does becoming the father we so desperately needed when we were young, what does that really mean? Well, number one, it means integrity. Integrity means is that we live with love, we approach things with love, we have a strong moral compass, even if we feel like we're a bad person, even if we always try to be better, we always try to continue to just be a good person, even if we don't believe it's possible. Oh shoot, my sister's taking a shower right now. Sorry for the loudness if you heard it. But not only is it integrity, it is courage. It is being able to face your fear. Being able to become friends with it. You know, just before recording this video, I was talking to myself. I was doing this 3-step fear practice that I've talked about in another video. And I was asking myself if this was really the wise thing to do. And then I realized that this was the fear I need to go past. I realized that I was afraid of speaking authentically, not perfectly, but speaking to the guy who needed it, speaking to myself in a way. The guy who was struggling just like me. To have courage, to overcome our fear, we must take action. If we are unhappy with our bodies, we must take action. We must mold, be the sculptor to the marble. And continuously, it's painful, but we must take action. We must overcome our fear and just keep going. I'm only speaking to you with this message because I was afraid of doing this. So far, these last couple days, the last fear I had to overcome, speaking without any filter, with all the little imperfections, like my sister taking a shower, or little dogs barking in the background. I had to overcome that fear, and what ended up happening was that so many more people watched, because I could be myself. And the only reason I'm speaking to you right now, with this level, being completely straight up with you, telling you who I am speaking to, is because I know that if I don't, I will not be able to give my gift in the most effective way. To overcome your fear, to overcome your depression, to overcome all that you believe is bad. And the reason I say believe is because it has its place. To overcome all of this, we must love. Live with love. Love is the way. In everything we do. No enemies. And that means no enemies as in fear is not our enemy. Depression is not our enemy. Anxiety is not our enemy. None of this is our enemy. Because in the end, it's just love. If we can learn to love our fear, befriend our fear, we can push ourselves to continue to be better and better. If we can love our depression, we can actually become happy. It's all about balance, and that balance is love. Because think about this, if you're always thinking about how unhappy you are, how much you want happiness, if you're always chasing happiness, it's like a dog chasing its tail. It's already with you. If you just keep chasing it, it'll just get farther and farther away. So what do? We just relax into the love that we already are, and then we will find the happiness. The happiness will just come to us. And as for anxiety, same thing with fear. Just embrace it, love it. Again, with love, we are not only helping ourselves, loving ourselves, but loving others. We must always encourage others to be better and better, just like how we are loving ourselves, being better and better. And not only that, while emotions do have their place, like we just speak about, fear can be very useful when we love our fear, when we love through the world. But fear, love, happiness, anxiety, They're good and bad. And if we let them sway us in every direction, then they have control over us, and we cannot have control over ourselves. The fourth thing that I'm speaking to you about in this channel is to be a stoic man. Stoicism. What that is that knowing that these emotions, these things in our life will just come and go. Some things will hurt us, some things will bring us so much joy, some things will make us just stop short. Whatever it may be, we must know that they don't have power over us, because although we cannot control what comes to us, what hits us in the face, we can control how we respond to it. And we can respond with love. And the fifth thing, one of the most important things, the reason why it has a spot on this list, the reason why I've been mentioning it, is to remember that we are constantly striving to do better and to help others be better. We must know that we do not know all the answers, and we will make mistakes. Always, we will always make mistakes. But we can continuously try to do better. Try to make better decisions. Try to live with love. And that is the most important thing, living with love. The more we can live with love, the better this world will be, and the more just at peace we will be. That is the goal of this YouTube channel. That is who this YouTube channel is for. I look forward to helping you live your best life, bro. See you next time. Live with integrity, and most importantly, live with love.